Welcome back to the third quarter of the Bobby003 Show, along with my sidekick, Andrew.
Good morning.
Everything rolling along pretty well, but we need to get some sponsors
We
right
can do
away,
that
sir.
right away. Let's start with Targill Seasoning. You can go by Targill, get seasoning, butcher supplies. You can get cutlery. You can get kitchen supplies. It doesn't matter if you're a guy that's just an outdoor cooker type fella. If your mama likes to do a lot of baking, maybe you're a caterer, maybe you're a grocery store or a butcher shop. They've got all the things that you might need. They'll even do custom-made seasoning blends for you, handle all the packaging for you as well, as exhibited right here. You got a can.
Imperial Fine Casualty uses it, and they use it regularly. They've been doing this for probably 8 or 10 years now, and they call theirs the Bayou Blast. And I guess they use the Bayou Blast because they're actually using a formula that's Champagne's
in Marche over in Leonville.
Marche, and
it's their recipe.
The Richard and Angela's recipe, and they get a little what you call it when you receive
some royalties.
Royalties. They get a little royalty on this, and beautiful packaging, and right here in Opelousas, Louisiana. Targill.
And how about one more? Let's talk about LHC Group. All about helping people. LHC Group can help you. And that's everything from the nurses in your home to the special equipment. That's the special beds you might need. Maybe it's the oxygen equipment. It's the machine where you can press the button to call for help. Get an ambulance sent to your home. They also have the extended care centers in your local hospitals, like Opelousas General Hospital System, where you're not bad enough to need the full-blown hospital care, but you're not quite good enough to come home yet. They can help you get that rehab work going so you can hurry up, get better, and get back to your home. Don't forget about them for hospice care, palliative care, the Health and Wellness Center here off of Heather Drive as well. LHC Group, all about helping people.
The man on the left right there, we didn't get his picture in there while we were talking about
photo
Evangeline
there,
Downs.
Steve.
This is Mr. Jimmy Moe. He is the owner of Cross Circle, and look at his logo here.
Yeah, cross and a circle.
Cross and a circle. And he has quality gray Brahmas and certified Bradford F1s, and that means that's first class. And I'll tell you what, you talk about a guy that's got some stories to tell you, Jimmy Moe, and he hails from where? Kaplan, Louisiana.
There you go.
Quite a character is what I wrote my note down, and of course he's good friends with Hammy and all the guys in the horse racing business. And this is Sunday over at Evangeline Downs, and that's where the horse sale was taking place. The Stemmons Company, Don Stemmons and his daughter Charlotte Clavier, they run the sale at Evangeline Downs for, I guess you'd call it for Evangeline Downs. And there is an advantage to running your horse through the sale or buying at the sale. And some people run them and buy them back, and they pay a price to do this. But they also qualify for the 2-year-old Colt, Gelding, and Filly division, 2 divisions of the John Franks Memorial Sales, and I think that's a $60,000 guaranteed purse. Any 2-year-old that participated in this sale, went through the sale ring, qualify for the running, and that's a pretty good little boost at the end of the track, the end of the race there. And I spoke to Don Stemmons prior to going on there today. They probably had an 8 to 10% price increase this year, which is good. In some places, the sales companies are complaining that the sales are not bringing the pricing. But the horses are, believe it or not, they're almost in a short demand. They're running short fields over at Delta Downs and at the fairgrounds right now. So we're hoping that these horses can stay in the area, these 100 horses that sold at the sale here. And of course, just a few months back, there was a big sale over at the Copper Crown Equine Center and Mr. Harold Foreman's group there. In fact, the auctioneer for the sale at Evangeline Downs was Mr. Foster Bridewell, and he is support of the equine sales company on Gilboa Road there. So well known, knows the people, he knows the bidders, he knows how far to push them, and backing off at the right time. Does a great job, and I think he's maybe a full-time employee with Harold Foreman and his group over at Copper Crown Equine Center. And what I'm trying to lead up to is this brings a lot of money to the Opelousas area. Evangeline Downs Hotel was filled up Friday and Saturday nights in anticipation of the sale, and the slot machines were ringing away. Those ladies, while the husband's spending money on the horses, they playing the machines.
There you go.
Everybody comes out ahead. Everybody's a winner.
The medicine shop over here in...
I need some more pictures.
You do?
From,
okay.
from the horse sale.
Let's do that.
Let's not forget.
You wanted to...
Oh, yeah, that's the tall gentleman there is Mike Morton from the Karen Crow area, along with a couple that he wanted to make sure that I met, and I'm talking about Chad and Mr. Dugar. They're from the New Orleans area, but he's originally from Acadiana here, and they're two young children. And he had a horse that sold earlier in the sale. And this is Chad Hardy from the Orneville area, young, successful trainer, up and coming. Keep up the good work, Chad. And he bought one or two himself, maybe for some of his owners that he represents. And this gentleman here and his wife came up and said hello, and I just can't find my notes, but believe me, you see the smile? They were telling me how they enjoyed the Bobby Dupree show. And what's that little man's name on there? I said, that's Andrew. Yeah, that's Andrew. That's right.
Good morning.
And I want to say maybe they're Guitros.
Really?
Last name might be Guitros. I'm sorry. I'm going to try to find it, and if I find it next week, I'm coming back to you all and naming y'all properly. Or if y'all can, call me up. And this is Eddie. Eddie used to shoe horses, but I think he maybe got out of that and is he breaks 2-year-olds in training. Put them in training. And this is Robert Tate, Dr. Richard Tate's brother. And of course, Robert seems to know quite a bit about the horses. Maybe he helps Dr. Tate when Dr. Tate's busy all the time. Jim Lopez, and the gentleman there, I didn't get to meet him, but they seem to know him very, very well. And of course, Bab and Jim, good friends, and he happens to be my personal attorney for the company and for me personally. And this is Don Stemmers. We're talking about Don and two of the assistants, and I guess there's probably 30, 40 people that make up the whole sales company there that day. It takes a lot of people to run those horses like they do, just I mean, run them right through there, no dragging on, nothing like that. The horses are waiting to go through the ring. And this is Terry Gabriel from the Folsom area. Met him with Bobby Duhon, and I bred a horse, and he was at the same stables and does a great job of raising and pinhooking in the horse industry. Terry Gabriel. And this is our trainer and our local trainer, Carl DeVille, and a granddaughter right here, and he's a proud grandfather. And this is, and I did get the name, and that's Mr. Rodney Verrett. Rodney is in the oil field business in a big way, and at one time owned Evangeline Downs Racetrack in Karen Crow when it was located there. Before the slots came in, he'd probably still be in business if he'd had it while the slots were there. But he does well. And this gentleman right here made sure that I stopped and talked with him. And his name is Don Stelly. And he's got a wife that hails from Indonesia, and her name is Yanti. And they're two young daughters. He started a family a little bit late in life, but not too late. Two beautiful young daughters. And Yanti had been playing the little machines and got a little gift there. And I had to stop on the side of the road, right in the middle of the road. Nobody was coming in the back of me. And these are the beautiful azaleas in Pat and Alice Morrow's front yard. Beautiful, beautiful at this time, and first rain comes along, heavy rain, they're all gone. But boy, while they're there, they are beautiful. And I was taking care of some business. I had told the Chenier family that I'd pick up that note that they had signed over at the OPAC Financial Services office, and we took care of that Monday afternoon, Monday afternoon, and yours truly, Miss Patsy, Josh, and Miss Patsy's young daughter, the baby daughter. And it was a good experience, you know, Roscoe had done so many favors for me and others in the neighborhood. I just wanted to show her that we loved him just like they loved him. And I might add that Thursday night, tonight, the show date, we're having a fundraiser over at the Bobby003 Outdoor Kitchen on Ducharme Road. And I might add that the band, the Roscoe Chenier Band, continues on with the leadership of David Edmond, who had been doing the singing and most of the band playing and everything. Roscoe was basically booking the band at the end and coming, doing what he could, but he was in failing health, and we love all of them. I love them all. They're all so good. I was riding out by, and this is right near where little Gene Labbe, my little buddy who died a few years ago, lived, and this was an entrance from the road onto a pasture, and this was for the kids walked to Plaquemine Point Elementary, which was about, I guess, 1/8 of a mile, real close from these steps here. And these steps were built back in those days so the kids wouldn't leave the gates open and the cattle get out. Real neat.
Very clever.
I just had to have a picture of that. And Tuesday afternoon, attended the Community First Bank having their grand opening and also business after hours function in Breaux Bridge, Louisiana, the main street there, Reese Avenue, and they are unfolding the American flag for the very first time. And this is Mr. Benny Menard, the president of Community First, and he was proud to say that he was actually born and raised in Breaux Bridge, but now their office, the main office where they all started, was New Iberia, and they have now 5 branches, so a growing banking institution. And I'm happy to say that our company, Timeline Builders, under the leadership of Kendall Broussard, we were the builders, and it is a beautiful facility. And this in the yellow shirt is a young man who is our state representative from that particular Breaux Bridge area, Mr. Mike Huval. Good morning to all of you. And this is Robert. I'll get it. Robert Minyard. I should know him. He slept in my house when he was in the 2nd grade, I think it was. And now he's a very successful builder of buildings that he leases out and is doing a great many of them right there next to this bank facility. And the gentleman standing next to him with the beard is former State Senator Craig Romero from New Iberia, or maybe St. Martinville area. And that's Kendall. I spoke with Kendall Broussard, and there he is right there, Timeline Builders. You see that on his shirt? And they are cutting the ribbon for the new bank. And this young lady with Tesh News is...
We have to break for a commercial, too.
Okay,
we got,
we'll come right
back.
back.
1-minute break, folks, and we're going to see you on the other side of one.
Miss Christy Bork.